Oh, hold on. There we go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to my weekly meltdowns. This last time I'm ever going to say it.
Aw.
Coverage of Stranger Things.
I just got
This
chills when you said that. Oh my
ser-
gosh.
well,
That's
it is the
crazy.
last time because it's done. This is it.
Yeah,
This is
this is
the.
it.
We have done a rewatch. It's taken us 2 months to do this, but it's been fun. But this is episode 8 of season 5. This is the finale. This is the 2-hour finale. And let's be honest, don't lie to yourself. This could have been done in an hour.
No, it could have been like
Yes,
30 minutes
yes.
longer.
We're gonna
No
we're
way.
gonna we're gonna beef. We're
We
gonna
will. We
beef.
will.
Because I have
But
not, yes.
I have to say, like, okay, so I was lucky enough to see it in theaters,
Hmm.
and watching this finale in theaters was so freaking cool. Like,
Oh, I
especially
bet.
the final battle and all of that stuff, even though it only lasted like a few minutes, just seeing like that final battle on like the big like theatrical screen with fans was really cool.
I bet people were
Um,
screaming and clapping and acting crazy. I would have loved it.
they
But
were. It
Memphis
was
doesn't
good.
get nice things. So,
No, I'm sorry.
sorry.
But oh gosh, like I was okay. So people are just so like pissy and fussy about how this show has ended, and I have to say, like, of course, like I have some like notes, things I would have done different, blah 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 blah. Like those are all like very small in terms of like what I would change. Like overall, I was very satisfied with the finale. It hit like all the right notes for me.
Oh, yeah, I was
And
fine with it. Yeah. The last 45 minutes, we could have done something else.
yes, the epilogue could have been shorter, and the final battle could have been longer. Is like my main gripe slash piece of feedback, but still, I was very happy with it. I think I'm just like easy to satisfy with like my favorite shows. You know, just give me some like character moments to like put me in the feelies, and that's all I really need to be happy.
All I know is this show, 9 years. It was on for 9 years. Everybody's
Mhm.
saying it was 10 years. No, it was 9 years for us. It was 10 years for them. So stop jumping on the decade bandwagon. Okay. You
Mhm.
did not spend a decade on this damn show. The people who made it did. So they get that. Get off the tail. Get off. Get off. Stop riding their coattails. Ain't none of us been doing this a decade. Let me tell you how I know. Because I spent a decade with a show called The Walking Dead. Okay. And that was a season every year. Okay. Every year I had a season.
Mhm.
So this was 9 years of 5 seasons. I did a lot more time with The Walking Dead in that. Now, I'm not saying the ending of that show. If you guys are bitching about the ending of this show, I want you to
Yeah.
sit through 10 years, actual 10 years of a show. 10 goddamn years. See what I did there? 10
Yep.
years. And because, God, sorry, Jesus, but can they stop it with that? But anyway, spend an actual decade with a show that has a season every year, and then come bitch to me about
Yeah.
how disappointed and how much time I spent. You didn't spend any time. You had like 3-year intervals
Yeah. And
between
8 episodes, not like
seasons.
24 episodes
Yeah,
either. Yeah.
what are you talking about? You children kill me. You bitch complain. What is it? Everyone born after 2002 is really pissing me off these days. I don't get it, but it is what it is.
I feel you.
9 years, 5 seasons. Every season was good, even two.
Mhm.
Now, plot holes, yes, every show has them. Do we have access to actors that we underuse? Absolutely. It is what it is. But
It
let's
is
get
what
into
it is.
this episode.
Yeah. All
The
right.
9 years and 5 seasons.
So we pick up immediately where we left off. So the crew makes it to the Upside Down, and Murray, Hopper, Elle, and Callie head inside to the Upside Down Hawkins lab. The rest of the crew head to Hawkins' radio tower in the Upside Down to begin their ascent up to the top of the tower. Murray turns on the power inside the upside down Hawkins lab and heads to the roof. And Elle gets ready to go into the sensory deprivation tank. Hopper establishes that 2 knocks on the tank means that the abyss is starting to descend, and 3 knocks means it's time to strike and kill Henry. Callie puts on a blindfold around her so she can be in the mindscape with Elle as well, and Elle enters the tank. Erica and Dr. Clark.
Hold on, the mystery floaters
The
in
mystery
the water
floaters.
that I
exactly.
cannot let die. But go ahead.
I will say, on TikTok, I've learned that like still water that has been sitting for a few years like that is actually like very, very deadly to you.
It's
so
disgusting,
bring up a good point.
stagnant.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
like in like an abandoned building, like a pool. Like do not go in there.
I found a water bottle
Oh God.
that had been sitting half full. I don't know how long, maybe a year or two. When I was doing some deep cleaning, I guess I forgot about it, and it was in my, in the back of my closet. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I opened it to smell it, and it had this smell to it. Like, how many times do you pick up bottled water's been sitting and you don't think about it and you drink it?
Yeah.
That has been exposed to oxygen, and you're just enclosing it with that cap.
That is so gross.
You're drinking stagnant water. You're going to give yourself the diarrheas. Okay.
And that's only 1 or 2 years in like a very small amount of water. Like imagine the size of this tank, and it's been what, like 4 or 5 years, like that since the Upside Down was created.
Well, time has not stopped, though. We have to also take that into account. It has stopped. It's still 1983 in that water tank. The water could be stagnant. I'm only going to go with the water is not stagnant because when they all came into contact with that water later on in the episode, no one got diarrhea. And that's what I'm sticking to. I'm dying on that. I'm dying on that sword.
It's movie magic. So in the Right Side Up, we have this like little scene with Erica and Dr. Clark where he corrects her for cussing, and she says the situation demands cussing. And he says being a part of this plan feels pretty goddamn swell. That's the first goddamn of the episode.
I'm telling you, man, dropping it like it's hot.
Yeah,
this
Mr. Clark.
entire series this season. Woo!
I love it.
Okay.
I will say, like, while we're here with these 2 characters, like Erica was really underused in the finale, in my opinion. And just like overall this season, like of course she had her like eat your damn pie moment, but that's really it. Like she had so much more in season 3 and season 4, and I just wish that we had a little more Erica.
There should have been more episodes.
Yeah.
I really feel like this
make it like 10
season,
episodes.
Like stick to the I hate it when the first season is 9, the second is 10, the third is 12, the fourth is 7. Like commit.
Yeah.
Commit to an episode number.
I know.
Anyway.
Like the last season of Glee was only 13 episodes, and every other season was like 24.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I hit a button on my phone and
you're good.
It's going into the abyss.
All right. So while climbing the radio tower, Mike and Will have like a scene where like Mike apologizes to Will for not being there, blah, 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 whatever. Everybody makes it to the top of the radio tower and they see the abyss descending. And I'm like, damn, like Joyce Byers, this like middle-aged woman, she like climbed this like radio tower with like an axe on her back. She somehow like is able to climb this radio tower. I'm like, okay, sure. Suspend disbelief, I guess.
Hey, look, she's not in bad shape, that Winona Ryder.
No,
now,
but
she was a chain smoker in the 90s, so I'm kind of wondering how she got up that ladder so fast. Okay, I've smoked a couple myself. I ain't going that fast.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. So I was like, the whole time I was watching this finale, of course, we know why she's there at the very end. But I'm like, why is Joyce like coming to this final battle? Like this feels like out of place. It seems like a liability.
Let me tell you something. Mrs. Karen Wheeler is more. I'm sorry. When it comes to badassery,
like going up.
Yeah, in her state, when it comes to physical badassery, I'm putting my money on Karen Wheeler every time.
Sure.
No offense, Joyce.
No, 1,000%.
We got to get her out of the bed, get her up here, she will fly up that ladder like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like what? Like no, I'd be like, oh hell no! I'd be in that hospital bed fixing my hair, going, where is it? Let's go. Where's the helicopter?
So they make it to the top. They see the abyss like slowly descending. We cut to the military. Dr. K finds the radio van at the church, and they head to the radio tower where Vicky and Max are. Max slips into a trance again, and she quickly finds Callie and Elle in this like mindscape. So Callie and Elle know Max knows her way around Henry's mind. So they wanted Max to piggyback with them to help like guide the way, basically. They find themselves at Henry's high school the night of the play, and Max knows that the quickest shortcut to the Creel house, where the kids are all performing their like seance at the table, is somewhere like through this like high school memory.
How does she know that though?
Because she spent 2 years looking around this. Okay. She knows this place inside out.
Where can I?
She said Hopper's smoking a joint in the corner. The Wheelers are like making out over there. Like Max has been here so many times. She knows.
Am I supposed to believe that Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler were in high school at the same time? Like, I'm not even buying that she was a freshman when he was a senior.
They're high school.
Give me some gosh damn credit. Let me ask you something. Where can I watch this play about Henry? I thought it was on Netflix. Yet. It's not out yet?
I don't even know if they've like made a pro shot of it, but if you want to come to New York, we can see it together.
I want to see it. We'll definitely see it because there's a behind the scenes of it on Netflix. I thought it was the damn play, and I got all excited and I was going to watch it. And I'm like, what is this?
It's the making of the final season.
When are we getting to the play? When are we getting to the shit? I got to
hear. If I had to guess,
Tyler, nonstop.
If there is a pro shot, I would imagine they're waiting until the play concludes its like Broadway run, probably, just to not prevent like ticket sales or something.
It's not fair to people like me.
I'm sorry. You should just be at the center of the universe like I am.
And I got to listen to you. Well, I don't mean to brag very well, but I'm in New York and I've been Broadway. I don't know how many times. Okay. And I've seen it.
It's a quick subway ride away. Yeah, exactly.
It's just a subway ride. I mean, look, I've been to Rockefeller. I went to the Flight of the Fairies Christmas. Mm-hmm. What was it called? A Christmas what? What did we go to?
The Rockettes.
Yes, that's what it was. I couldn't remember. It was called the Rockettes. That was fun. Is that Broadway? That's Broadway, right?
No. It's the Rockettes are like their own separate
That's
thing.
Radio
Stranger
City.
Things is like on. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Duh. Anyway, next.
All right. So
I'm dumb.
No, you're not. You good. Okay. So let's see. So sorry, I'm like looking through my notes here. Okay. So Callie, okay, I'm just going to repeat what I just said. So the military finds the radio tower or the radio van at the church, and they head to the radio tower where Vicky and Max are. Max slips into the trance. She meets up with Callie and Elle, and they find themselves at Henry's high school the night of the play. Max knows the quickest shortcut to the Creel house where the kids are currently performing their seance at the table is somewhere here in this high school. The military in the right side up, the military arrives at the radio tower at this time. So Vicky hides her and Max behind that hidden door. Dustin radios Hopper to tell him that the tower is going to crash. Like everybody at the top of the tower is watching it like ascend or descend slowly. He tells Hopper that it's gonna crash. Like you have like 30 seconds, and the abyss, like the wall of the abyss, like starts hitting like the needle, and the whole like metal structure of the needle starts like bending. Like this radio tower is becoming very like unstable.
To me, the only problem that I had with Steve's idea, when you think about it, and I was kind of understanding, it's like you're gonna take a piece of tinfoil and put it up against a giant boulder planet
that like the gate lines up to the top of that.
Just doesn't, the foil holds up and
Yeah.
you're good to go and doesn't get flattened. And as soon as that started, I was like, yeah, that's what's gonna. I knew that needle, that metal would not hold.
Yeah.
Because what that is literally gonna wipe out it's gonna take over the planet. You think a little bitty radio needle is gonna withhold that power?
I
No,
don't
it's
think they
not.
were. I don't think they were like hoping that that needle would like penetrate the ground. I think that they were just hoping that like it would line up perfectly. That like there's like a gate, like a crack where they are. You know, it was a risky plan all along. You know.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh my gosh, I like keep forgetting. I have so many notes that okay. So
sorry,
no, you're good. I need to just like highlight the one I'm talking about. So the gang holds on for dear life as like the radio tower starts like shaking, becoming like
and
unstable.
here it comes.
Steve nearly falls off. The show cuts to black for 5 seconds, and then we get a shot of Jonathan holding out his arm, saving Steve from falling to his death. So, you know, everybody was like, "Is Steve gonna die? Steve can't die."
No.
Blah, 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 blah.
I'm
No
gonna tell
way.
you
This
what
is the
I did.
writers being like, "We would never kill Steve."
What did you do in that moment? What did you do when that happened?
I never thought that Steve was going to die.
No.
Like like the Duffers have said in interviews that like we love Steve too much to ever kill him off specifically. Yeah, so I don't know. I didn't buy it, but like Allison, when I was in theaters, like the whole audience was like, "Oh, no,
Have they not seen it
Steve."
yet?
Yeah, no, like a majority of them had not seen it yet. I already had, so like I knew what was coming. But and then like when it cut to Jonathan like saving Steve, the whole audience like they applauded 3 times in this theater experience, and this was one of them. So everybody was
awesome.
super happy that Steve was saved in the hands of Jonathan. And I wish that they gave like Robin a moment, because like Steve is like Robin's like rock, right? So I wish that like we got that, but like you can kind of see like in the distance of the shot, like Robin is having this like huge emotional reaction to almost losing Steve. I just wish that we got like a little like close up shot of
I'm
her
just gonna be
doing
honest
that.
with you. I've had enough of Robin this season. I love Maya Hawke. I love the character, but I had enough.
Okay.
I'd had my fill, and the minute that screen cut to black, the word I'm sorry, excuse me, I went bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. Let me tell you, I said, my son was sitting next to me. I said, let me tell you something right now. He's not dead. There's no way he's going out like that. All he has done when his ass could have got back in that car in season 1, and this is how they're going to do him. I feel sorry for anybody who thinks that man is actually dead right now. And then I unpaused my TV because I paused it for 5 minutes to bitch, because I knew he wasn't dead. I just knew it. And Jacob, my son, was like, I'm not going to finish watching it if they kill him. And I go, well, don't get up because you ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Because he's not, there's no, I said, this is just bullshit. I said, cut to black. His little ass going to be hanging from part of the tower you watch. And and there he is. And I knew it was Jonathan. I knew it was Jonathan. I said, they're going to give these two a makeup scene.
Like the makeup scene. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that is going to happen. And it did. There you go. That's what I did.
In Henry's mindscape, Elle, Callie, and Max reach the Creel house, and Elle, like as soon as they get there, she like yanks Henry out of his like seance spell that he's performing, and the kids all wake up.
That wig.
Mm-hmm.
Pow.
Yeah.
Get up out of that chair.
Yeah, it was good. Like it was awesome. I loved that. And once this happens, like the kids all wake up, and once the kids wake up, the abyss stops descending close enough for the gang at the radio tower to ascend into the abyss here.
Yeah.
Again, like the timing just works out perfectly for them all the time.
Wow.
So at the Creel house in Henry's mindscape, Max convinces the kids that she's not the real monster, and she's like, I'll prove it to you. Callie uses her powers to hide Max and the kids while Elle and Henry have this little like showdown face off. The kids see Henry's arm turn into like Vecna's like viney evil monster thingy. He then like invades Eleven's mind and memories, and sees like Callie sees like the upside down military base, like all of that stuff. So he knows like everything that Elle has been up to this season, basically. And after that, he deduces that like the kids are like hiding somewhere by like an illusion, and they're all like heading towards the cave where Holly knows that they can be safe there. He vanishes from the so like Elle like pins him on the table. Callie like she runs in with like a little dagger, and but like instead of just like stabbing him immediately, she goes, "Hello, brother," and that gives him enough time to like disappear.
How would you have felt though if that's how it ended?
I know,
by
right? Like,
the
that's
blade
the final blow.
of
Yeah,
freaking Callie's blade.
Yeah.
And she hadn't said hi, brother, and just stabbed him. Because what I would stab him in his
just
eyeballs
stab him
first,
and then say
and
it
then
later.
Stab the rest of him.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Violent. But I'm like, I would take the eyes out, and then I'd choke him in the neck, and I'd be
do the Michael Myers meat grinder. Exactly.
Obviously, he knows who you are, bitch. He sees you when you jump on top of him. The look of terror on his face. Just freaking. This is the problem. But I'm kind of glad it did, because it could have ended right there. That we could have been built up this big battle for nothing. So yeah.
So in this moment, he vanishes to go after the kids. So Elle and Callie head out to meet up with the kids and Max towards the cave. Jonathan and Steve have a scene in the abyss where they both admit that neither of them are going to end up with Nancy, and they bury the hatchet here, blah, 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 blah. The gang then sees Vecna's lair in the distance, and they start moving towards it. Mike tells Nancy he needs one of those goddamn guns that she has, and she gives him a flare gun.
It's so unnecessary usage of the word goddamn. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm no angel. But what was the deal? Like, we got to make sure we put goddamn it.
I know.
Every version of it in this show. I
think there's four instances where they say it. I mean, maybe 4 dates, four kids being murdered, 4 uses of the word goddamn. Maybe this
I was waiting for one of the little kids to say it. I was like,
why
can't you're not gonna let the little kids say it?
So in the sensory deprivation tank room in the upside down Hawkins lab, Hopper notices some herbicide. I know I have to like set up like so many.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm going, you hit me with the goddamn boombox. Okay, I'm sorry.
So Hopper notices some herbicide containers, which is the reason his daughter Sarah ended up developing lung cancer and dying, is from like digesting these like
really? I didn't know that.
Terrible pesticides. Yeah. So, and then he hallucinates like seeing her on the hospital bed or whatever.
Were you like me? Like, oh, did we not say this in one of the last shows? We're going to get one more flashback of baby Sarah dying.
Yeah.
Here we are.
He then sees Callie and Elle's conversation about staying behind in the abyss, and then Vecna appears, and Hopper takes out his gun and shoots at what he believes is Vecna. He realizes that he's shot the tank, and he sees Elle bleeding out, and holy shit, like when I was watching this for the first time, I was like, oh my God, Hopper, I believed that. I bought it too. Because like her lifeless body just like floating in the tank with like blood like coming out of her and like taking over like the water in the tank. That was fucking crazy. Okay, so he realizes he shot the tank. He sees Elle bleeding out, so he breaks the tank open to save her. Elle and Callie are like hearing all these like beatings like against the tank in Henry's like mindscape or whatever. But
are they not counting the knocks?
Right. Hello? It's not. It's like way more than 2 or 3 knocks. So like this is not a signal. Emergency. Like something is that is an emergency. So he breaks the tank open, saves Elle, but when he picks her up, he realizes there's no blood or bullet wounds or anything. Elle, Callie, and Max then disappear from Henry's mind because like Elle has like just woken up in the real world. hence like leaving these kids alone with like Holly to lead them towards the cave.
And she does a great job. And poor Derek.
Yeah, poor Derek.
Struggling, running up that hill.
When Max awakens, she lets out a gasp of air, and Dr. K like finds her in the radio tower from that auditory cue. They then raid the basement of the radio tower and see the party's entire plan. And like when all this is going on, I was like, oh God, like this is really not going good for the team here.
Do all these guys play Dungeons and Dragons, even Dr. K? Because isn't this a Dungeons and Dragons diagram of shit?
True.
And they know what it is? Okay.
Callie then turns a gun on Hopper, saying that he's under Vecna's influence. And Hopper gives a really good monologue to Elle about how, she's been abused and her childhood has been taken from her and she deserves to live a normal life after. It was a really good moment between the two of them. And they're so close and, not to give up here. Callie then like lowers her gun and Murray radios to them that the military has arrived at the Upside Down Hawkins lab. Holly then leads all the kids into the cave, but Derek almost gets caught from lagging behind a little bit. He's a little out of breath, perhaps from the few extra pounds that he is carrying.
He's obese. It's okay to say that. He's an obese child. He will grow into it. He will grow out of it.
Exactly. They make it to the cave, and Henry almost gets Holly, but the good thing about being a larger kid is, you are stronger than the average kid. So Derek is able to pull Holly away from Henry / Vecna's grasp somehow. And they all head inside the cave. Henry, in this moment, decides to face his memories and enter the cave. And he does a really great job acting here. Like you can tell he's in like excruciating pain.
What's his name?
He starts, Jamie Campbell.
Jamie Campbell Bower, something like that.
Yeah.
I looked him up the other day because I was curious what else he has been in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because the performance...
I'd never heard of him before this.
The performance that he gave in that cave, because I thought...
You felt it.
Yeah, I thought for a split second he was going to pull a Vader and go to the, and kill the Emperor.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just excruciatingly painful for him as he starts reliving these like the mineshaft memories through flashbacks. Holly sees Henry has entered the cave, so she leads all the kids through the valley and into the mineshaft where her and Max found their eventual escape.
And they all fit through the hole. They all fit through that rock hole that Holly and Max had a hard time getting through. How did they get? I don't even want to go there, but poor little Derek.
We'll get there. We're not there yet, but yeah. That is another plot hole for sure. And so Will is like watching this entire thing through Henry's vision. And so he tells the party like in the abyss that Elle, Max, and Callie aren't there. So they know like going into this final battle, like something like the plan has like gone awry somehow, but like they don't really know like how quite yet. They just know that like Elle is not there to kill Henry in the mindscape.
Yeah.
The military crew in the Upside Down used their sonic kryptonite device on a helicopter pointed towards the Hawkins lab. It immediately gives up Elle and Callie because they start like screaming in pain. Hopper takes Elle, leaves Callie behind, and Callie gets caught by the military.
Can we talk about this for a second? Hold on a second. I'm telling my husband to go get Chick-fil-A because I'm hungry. Let me tell you something. I would have done the same thing.
For sure.
Hopper.
Absolutely.
I'm effing sorry, dude. You are a Debbie Downer. You done shit on everybody's plans. There's
a suicide mission that he knows about at this point.
Suicide mission. You're lying about it. It's terrible. And he just freaking leaves her. And it was such a pimp move. Like my son and I both looked at each other like he just fucking left her.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That never happens in movies and TV shows. That never happens. And I want to give a shout out to the show for doing something real that would really happen. This is one of the moments I've always felt Hopper was just a no bullshit character. And this just was the icing on the cake for me with him. Because just taking his daughter, because he said to her, he said, I'll kill her.
Mhm.
She gets in the way, she's done. And he did not hesitate to do it. That's all I'm going to say.
That's a good call out.
If he had been there when Vecna was laying on that table, do you think he would have jumped on top of him with his blade and said, "Hi, brother"?
Yeah.
No.
So Hopper, he hides Elle, but then he gets caught like pretty quickly after that. And so they have like him like held hostage in like this like classroom with Callie. The gun is like another gun is like pointed at Callie, and they tell him they'll shoot Callie if he doesn't tell him where Elle is at. Callie like shakes her head no, like tells Hopper like don't give her up. Murray tries radioing them, but he gets like no answers back. So Murray decides to take matters into his own hands and throws a grenade at the helicopter, and the helicopter explodes. The sonic kryptonite thingy device is like no longer working. And the explosion like gives Elle and Callie her powers back. Elle uses her powers right away to snap the necks of like all of the guards.
This was the best part.
It was so cool. So she saves the main guy for last by using her powers to have like to point the gun like to his chin, and she twists her like arm. He pulls the trigger and he fucking shoots himself in the head.
Good riddance, bitch. Bye.
This was the second time in the theater that the audience like applauded.
This is when I finally stood up. Allison stood up when Murray started making it through the bombs at the helicopter. I'm like, yes, this is it. This is it. I was so excited. And then they got their powers back, and Elle is going to town. She is representing the Hopper name. She is not hesitating. She didn't go, hello, guy who has been pissing me off.
Hello, brother.
Brother, who I got in your brain.
Let's give a little intro real quick.
Yeah. She was in his brain earlier in the season, right? Like, we didn't have to have a recap or a rehash of our relationship right before I kill you.
Yeah.
If you're going to kill me, bitch, you better kill me. Because I'm not having a combo about it. I'm not waiting.
Anyway, after she shoots him, or he shoots himself, she then realizes Callie did get shot in this like in the midst of this like explosion stuff, and she's bleeding out. Hopper then goes to grab his backpack real quick, giving them a moment alone.
Oh, now he wants to help.
And he comes back to find Callie seemingly dead. They then meet up with Murray on the roof, and they see how close like the abyss is. Like Elle realizes that this is close enough that she can like use the rocks to like hop up and cross over into the abyss. They have one more scene together. Oh, go ahead.
It was very video gamey to me.
Little leapfrog.
Yeah. Little odd.
It's not basic platforming.
Yeah, I just really went, okay, we just had a moment and you're going to do this. Okay, it's fine. Go ahead.
So they have one more scene together where Elle thanks Hopper for raising her, and his job is complete. And it is sweet. She tells him that like Sarah didn't have a choice in her life and her destiny, but Elle does, and she needs him to trust that she will make the right decision in the moment, whatever it will be. And Hopper accepts that. I thought it was very big of him. It really shows that he, I don't know, is not like clinging onto Elle as this like jaded, like twisted memory of Sarah. You know what I mean? Like and she gives him like her like Sarah's like bracelet back to him or something like that. It's a very sweet like last scene for them. And this is the last scene before the final battle begins between the two of them. So definitely an important moment. Okay, so Holly leads the kids to the red lair through the mines. She picks up her fireplace like staff thingy as a weapon and gashes Henry across the face with it.
Dude, she ripped his cheek.
Yeah.
Open. Okay. Open. Ouch.
And then Henry goes to kill Holly, but is distracted by his own memory in the mine shaft playing out. So he watches as he relives the moment where, as a kid, he got shot in the hand. We see like he kills the guy with the stone and opens the briefcase. And so now we finally find out what's in the briefcase. It's like a little like rock that, from my understanding, is like a piece of the abyss. And there's like mind flayer particles like in the rock, but basically like the rock kind of like melts into his hand wound from the gunshot or whatever.
It heals it, right?
And it heals it, but it also like gives him like that. This is like him being flayed, basically.
Hey, you want to know a real quick fun fact?
Yeah.
The actor in this scene with him with the briefcase,
the scientist or the kid?
The scientist,
uh-huh.
The adult that shoots him. I, for the life of me, cannot remember this guy's name, but he was on a sitcom because I looked it up to verify, because I catch this shit all the time.
Yeah.
And I go, I was right. Hello.
You're like a walking IMDb.
Yeah, I am a walking IMDb, but I can't remember the guy's name. And if I try to look it up right now, I'm going to freeze because I have C-Spice internet wire fiber optic bullshit internets. But anyway, so I looked it up, and this guy was on a show in the 80s, in the mid 80s, called Kate and Allie. He was the young son on the show. And there was a Saturday Night Live, Jane Curtin. This was the first series, like comedy series she did after Saturday Night Live, was this show, Kate and Allie, with another actress. And he was the son in the show, and he's a little redheaded kid. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because they have brought in people for 80s nostalgia, and you've really, really, really got to know your 80s trivia and shit to point out stuff like that. Because the minute I saw that guy, I looked it up after the mid-season finale, and I can't remember the guy's name. But anyway, that's who it is. If you're almost 50 like me, and you're going, where have I seen this guy? That's where you've seen him.
So while Henry is like reliving this like awful memory of him being flayed, Will then like mind taps into Henry in this moment, tries to convince him that like, you don't have to do this. You were taken advantage of as a kid, just like me. You don't like, we can like change this. We can fix this. Like, do not fall for this. Like the mind flayer is controlling you right now, Henry. So like, I love this moment, Allison, because like a lot of us going into the finale, like we're like, I hope it's not a Darth Vader situation where he like redeems himself, blah, blah, blah. I think I said on this show, like that I don't want like a redemption for him. So this is like the writer saying like, he could be redeemed in this moment, but like Henry tells him no. Like he says like, me and the mind flayer are codependent on one another. Like he needs me and I need it, is what he says. So like Henry, he's given this opportunity to save the day, but he says like, no, this is too late and this is my decision. And the mind flayer has given me like power and influence and just like a whole different like view of like the world and everything. And it's too late. And like, this is my path. I am taking this path to the bitter end.
I really think there's, in this moment, well, first of all, if you're really thinking about it, I would have stuck with the mind flayer too. I'm not walking around looking like the Swamp Thing for the rest of my life in public. Well, what kind of plastic surgery am I going to get to cover that shit up? It ain't happening. But anyway, seriously, I sat there when Will was in his mind and this was going on. I'm having flashbacks. I'm 6 years old. I'm in the Raleigh 6 movie theater with my brother sitting next to me, who's 11. We're watching Return of the Jedi for the very first time. I mean, the first time.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert if you've never seen it. Tyler, sit down. You haven't seen it. You're not going to watch it.
I've seen Return of the Jedi.
Okay, fine. Just be quiet. Don't ruin this for me. So I'm sitting there, and there's that moment when the Emperor is using his lightning dark force powers on Luke Skywalker and he's killing him. And Darth Vader, who, spoiler alert, is Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker's father, is watching this and he's screaming, no, no, Dad, you're not like that. Please, help me. And the switch flips and we see Darth Vader. What you see first is the lightning come off of Luke. You're like, oh shit, what's going on? And the next scene is Darth Vader is picking up the Emperor and he picks him up over his head and he just fucking throws the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he kills, he doesn't kill him. Spoiler alert. He comes back later on. Okay. Just know, God, I just probably ruined someone's life. Anyway, throws the Emperor. Okay. And he is severely injured because when he does that, lightning goes on him. Yeah. He takes the hit. And Luke tries to save him. He tries to drag him on his big ass on this thing. And he says, Dad, I'm going to save you. He goes, no, you've got to save yourself. He goes, yeah, you've already saved me. But no, wait, the best part about that is he says, take my helmet off. He goes, it'll kill you. He goes, I'm dead already. Just take it off.
Yeah.
He goes, I want to look at you one time with my own eyes. And he says, before I've got to save you. And he says, no, son, you've already saved me.
Yeah.
I was 6 years old. You couldn't have peeled me off that seat. Okay. And I've got chills right now thinking about little 6-year-old Allison sitting next to my brother. We're just like, oh shit, dude, it's going down. Because I never thought Vader would do that. I'm 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that scene in that movie played a major role in my life when it comes to forgiving people and second chances. Some people have abused the privilege. Some people, I'm glad I did it. But I do owe that to that moment in Return of the Jedi when I was 6 years old. That changed my life. Okay, I'm not going to get emotional, but it did change my life. Anyway, I'm sitting there, make a long story short, too late. I'm sitting there watching this scene and I go, oh God, no. I looked at my son, he's going to Darth Emperor him. I swear to God, he's going to do it. You watch. He is freaking going to he's going to flip. He's going to flip. And my son's like, I think he's going to flip. He's going to flip. And I'm turning it off. He's going to flip. I'm going to flip a table. You watch. And he didn't flip. And I was so happy in that moment because once again, we're sticking to the script and we're sticking to the road ahead. This guy ain't flipping. He's dedicated. Yes, he's all these terrible things, but look at him, for God's sake. Yeah, he's in too deep. Some people you just can't reach and you just can't save. Sometimes putting them out of their misery is saving them. Oh, I just dropped the mic. Anyway.
And it's a like an interesting like compare and contrast between Will is able to not be corrupted by the mind flayer and go down the path that Henry did because of the love that he has surrounding him, unlike Henry, So I think that is the difference of why Henry chose the route that he did, and same with Will as well. But yeah, I agree, Allison. I'm glad that we didn't go the Darth Vader route, and I'm glad that the writers showed us we could do it this way, but no, Henry is sticking to his path here. So Elle arrives in the abyss and leaps forward towards it. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed one part. So while Henry is saying I'm not gonna Darth Vader this shit.
Amazing scene.
Vecna's lair is then revealed to be the Mind Flayer's physical form. And the sprouts that are pointed up in the abyss, they all
this was a shock. This was not a shock to me. Was it a shock to you?
No, not at all. So basically this layer is the inside structure of the Mind Flayer's final physical form.
Yeah.
So we saw like a version of this with the Meat Flayer in season 3, and this is like that, like on steroids. It's like a giant, huge monster, and like,
spider.
yeah. And this giant spider starts chasing the entire crew in the abyss. And this scene was so freaking cool to see in theaters.
Yeah.
At this point,
my God,
like,
jealous. Yes.
while like this spider monster mind flayer is like chasing like the entire crew, Elle then arrives, leaps forward towards it, rips open its chest, and eventually like she falls into like the lair where Vecna is at. And just as quickly she like yanked him in his mindscape, she immediately yanks his tentacles off and he falls to the ground. At this point, the party decides that they should like take advantage of like the mind hive of it all and attack it from all angles while Elle is fighting it. They agree to split up and ambush the Mind Flayer from above, and Nancy, of course, this my brave queen, she agrees to be the bait to bring the Mind Flayer over to like a cliffside, so like everybody can have like high ground and be shooting it from above. She like goes into like the cliff. She's like almost like she's like face to face with like the Mind Flayer monster. She starts like shooting at it. Dustin and Steve are shouting, "This is for Eddie," as they're like stabbing it from above. Jonathan and Robin are lighting it on fire. Lucas is using his slingshot. Mike has his little
slingshot. I saw that. I go, the goddamn slingshot.
Hey, but everybody is like loyal to their weapon of choice, which I love. It's cool, including Joyce, which we'll get into in a little bit. But at this point, Murray and Hopper get the radio message from Dustin that I'm sorry. I just skipped over a little bit. Okay, so yeah, so they're shouting like, "This is for Eddie." They're stabbing it, blah blah blah. Vecna almost gets Elle in the lair. He goes to pierce her with his like extended like tentacle arm, and Will at this point takes over Vecna's vision. He tells Vecna nobody here is afraid of him. Like they are like ready to take him on. Vecna then loses control. His arm fully like snaps the fuck off, and the Mind Flayer monster just like falls to the ground. Elle then flings Vecna into one of the large teeth in the lair. So he's just like his body is like laying with this teeth. Yeah, like just like piercing him. So like at this point, like they have won. Nancy joins 11. She gives her a big hug. They rescue Holly. The rest of the gang arrives and they take the kids down from the vessels. I thought it was really cute that like Derek gives Steve like a big hug, and Steve is like really there for him in that moment. It's like Derek just wants to be loved. Like this
I wanted Dustin to be Derek's Steve Harrington
like mentor. Yeah,
that's what I wanted. Yeah. I didn't get it, but that's what I wanted.
Yeah. So Vecna then starts like coughing up blood. Everyone gathers around him with Joyce in the front, and she tells him, "You fucked with the wrong family." And she pulls out her axe. I'm like getting chills talking about this.
Yeah.
She pulls out her axe and begins like chopping at his neck. We then get this awesome montage of all of like the trauma that all of our like main characters have been put through like by this monster and by the Mind Flayer. So like if you're thinking in this moment like, ooh, this is violent, like maybe he should be redeemed. Like this is just your reminder of all the fucking shit that like this whole party has been put through.
Poor wigs we've had to sit through. Give me that axe.
In this montage, we see Holly seeing her mom attacked. We see Jonathan seeing Will like possessed in season 2. Lucas holding Max dead in his arms. Nancy dealing with Barb's death. Dustin seeing Eddie die. Mike watching Elle disappear in that first season. Joyce watching Bob get ripped to shreds by Demogorgons. Elle's all of her torture from Papa. And Will being like totally like violated in every way by Vecna and the Mind Flayer.
I wondered about that. Was there some stuff we just never saw?
I know, right?
I'm
It wouldn't surprise
serious.
me. Yeah, it's like very like groomer energy.
Yeah.
And then so after this like montage, like, and the score for this moment is so good too. So after this montage, like Vecna's head falls to the ground and it is over. Murray and Hopper get a
Wow.
radio message from Dustin that everyone has made it successfully back into the Upside Down with the kids, and the whole party is there, even Elle. They agree it's time to head out, so they begin the countdown with their chosen final two songs, which is When Doves Cry and Purple Rain by Prince.
I tell
These,
you what,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm a
I want to
child
hear
of
like your thoughts of this.
I am a child of the 80s. I grew up with MTV when it was actually MTV.
Yeah.
Music
R.I.P.
television. I want my MTV was the slogan. They had When Doves Cry, that video in the heaviest rotation when it came out. And let me tell you something, little Prince is a hot little dude.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm telling
Totally.
you, he's my size, but he's a cute little dude. I had these pants that I used to wear that had buttons on the side that were really long, and I would wear these like really tall boots with, and Chris used to call them my Prince pants because I look like Prince being tall. Anyway, have you ever seen the video for When Doves Cry?
No.
Okay, so
I'll watch it after this.
he's in a bathtub. He's taking a bath and he's naked. Okay. But what people don't understand is Purple Rain was not just an album. Purple Rain was a movie. Okay. It was a movie that Prince did. It was his movie. He started it. He did the entire soundtrack. It was called Purple Rain. I'm telling you, you have not lived until you've sat through Purple Rain.
I'll watch it.
1984, Purple Rain, When Doves Cry, Let's Go Crazy, Raspberry Beret, all of these songs that they had, and Purple Rain, all of these songs came from this soundtrack, which is known more as a simple standalone record, but it's actually a movie soundtrack.
Mhm.
It's probably one of the worst movies ever, but it's still, the music makes it, and Prince, it's just so good. So everyone is like a foot taller than Prince. He's running around kicking ass in his boots and bell bottoms. It's so good.
Well, and apparently the Prince estate like never lets like media
Never.
use like Prince's songs for anything. So the fact that like the Duffer Brothers were able to get this was a big deal, and it was such a perfect like soundtrack moment for what is like the end of the Upside Down. Like this is them like destroying the gate, right? Like this is the end. So they drive through so like this music is playing, and they have like a little like tripwire set up on like a little D&D figure at the end of the
Jesus
vinyl.
Christ.
So like once like the song ends, like that's when the explosion happens, and it will explode the Hawkins lab in the Upside Down, which will react to the energy sphere, which will destroy the walls of the Upside Down, which will collapse the entire thing, sealing the gates. So they drive through the gate to downtown Hawkins, and they get ambushed by Dr. K and the military. And everyone gets captured here except for Elle. Mike he's like, where's Elle? Elle.
Oh, wait,
everybody's looking for it. Yeah.
You left something out real quick. I know what it is. Dipshit Derek doesn't get a Dustin, he gets a Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's smiling and nodding at him, remember, in the back of the...
Well, and didn't he tell Holly, like, Mike's my new best friend or something, too? So I think
feel
he
like
really looks up to Mike.
Yeah, that's coming. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. So Mike being held down by, like, military guys, he looks over at the gate, and he sees Elle is standing at the edge of the gate on the side of the Upside Down. Elle then mind taps Mike, and she tells him she needs him to understand her choice. We then get like Purple Rain starts playing here. And we get like a really sweet montage of like their relationship from like their first introduction to their first kiss to the dance, them jamming out together, all of that stuff. They embrace, like they tell each other they love each other one last time, and they share one last kiss, and she tells him goodbye. Mike wakes up from the mind tap. The song ends on the record player, and Hawkins' lab explodes, igniting the unstable energy sphere, breaking the walls of the Upside Down. The wormhole is collapsing, and we see Hawkins in the Upside Down just tearing to shreds and flying away. Elle is like standing there at the gate. She suddenly vanishes in the debris, and the gate is closed. Mike walks towards the broken rubble and just sees like the rubble of the library where like the gate used to be. So that is seemingly it. So, and then cut to black, and this is when the epilogue starts. So, Landslide by Fleetwood Mac starts playing. And as Robin returns back to her radio tower position.
Without her wig.
Without her wig.
It's been like 18 months or something.
Yeah. And she just gives us like a little update. She says, life is really good in Hawkins again. We see Steve become like a Little League coach, and Derek is on the team, which is cute. And Robin wishes a congrats to Hawkins High, class of 89, for graduating today. We then get a montage of like Lucas, Max, Dustin, who's the valedictorian, and Will all getting ready for graduation. Joyce gets a call from Karen saying that Mike is missing. So Hopper knows exactly where he's at, and he goes to meet him at the library where there's a statue honoring those who died in
the earthquake.
Great earthquake of Hawkins, yeah. And this is a really great scene between Mike and Hopper. Mike tells Hopper he can't move on from it, and that him and Elle were going to leave and move somewhere with 3 waterfalls. Hopper tells him it's not his fault.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Sorry.
Yeah, literally. Hopper tells him it's not his fault. Elle made her choice, and he has 2 options here. He can either lead a life full of blame and remorse, or accept the choice that she's made and move on with your own life. And Hopper says that he's taken that first path and he doesn't recommend it. Hopper then takes Mike to graduation, and him and Karen have this like really sweet scene together where she tells him how proud of him she is and that she loves him. The dialogue here is super simple, but it's a really sweet scene. And she still has like these like giant scars like across her neck and her chest, like at graduation here. She's such a badass. She wears it like a boss.
Dude, she's got that Sally Jesse Raphael haircut though. Google it.
Also like
wow.
They also show like Holly in the audience of this graduation, and if you notice her hair is red, I'd like to imagine she dyed her hair red because of Max. Because there's no other explanation.
I just noticed bangs.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cute. But okay, so Dustin, he gives his valedictorian speech, and it's about how everything they've been through has given him like new friends that he would have never had, and he's a better person for it. He then takes off his graduation robe to reveal a Hellfire shirt. He flips off the principal, runs off with his diploma. And Allison, this is what Eddie says in the first episode of season 4 is what he wanted to do when he graduates. He said he wants to flip off the principal and run off the stage with his diploma finally. So he's like doing this for Eddie, which is really sweet. The crowd goes wild, and Mike has this like quick flashback to the moment where Elle disappeared, and remembers that there was like sonic kryptonite devices pointed towards Elle during this final moment. That's that for now. Freaking Stacy from season 2 in the dance where Dustin asked her, that bitch, exactly. She asked Dustin to a party, and Mike says, screw that. He has a better idea. We get this final like cute scene between Jonathan, Nancy, Steve, and Robin. Steve has taken a PE/sex ed teaching position at Hawkins.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
My physical, well, they called it, it was health class. You took a half a semester of health class in high school. It was always the coach of something, and he had to teach something, and they hated it. I got to teach this shit. Yeah,
it's like that scene in Mean Girls where like the coach is like, all right, everybody grab your rubbers. Like, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but that's so true though, that it is.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Robin is attending Smith University, known for the ladies there. So I guess her and Vicky broke up because Vicky is nowhere to be seen in this
Plot
epilogue.
hole. We have no idea. Two things. We have no idea what happened to Dr. K, and we have no idea what happened to Vicky. Maybe
I
they
have a
rode
theory
off in the
about
sunset
what happened
together.
to Dr. K,
Yeah.
which I'll get into after I finish the scene, if you remind me. Jonathan is a film student at NYU, and Nancy dropped out of college to pursue journalism by taking a job at the Herald.
Boston Herald? Boston Herald?
I think the Herald is a paper, right?
Yeah. God, yes.
So they all start crying about how they miss one another, and they suggest meeting up in Philly once a month. And I don't know, like, we all know this meetup is probably not going to happen, and this is just like a thing that happens.
It'll happen one time.
Yeah.
And then someone will cancel, and then another person will cancel. It's going to turn into a once a month thing. That is going to turn into a once every 6 months, and then it's going to be a once a year, and then every 5 years, like high school reunions.
But the fact that like we all know that that's what's realistically going to happen, like I feel like that's good closure. That like these kids are like about to like take on adulthood, like they're ready, like they're grown. Hopper and Joyce finally have their Enzo's date, and he suggests they move to Montauk, New York for a chief of police position open there. They'll be on the beach. They'll be closer to Jonathan and Will. And then the band at the restaurant starts playing At Last, and he proposes to her, and it's really cute. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's really sweet. And I think it's funny that like Montauk is where they want to go, considering like, isn't the Montauk Project like the whole inspiration for Stranger Things?
Pretty much. You know what I would have done for that scene? I've always liked at the end of season 2 when they're at the snowball dance and Every Breath You Take is playing by the Police at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And Joyce and Hopper having that tender moment outside, and she's crying and he's hugging her, and the show ends and it flips to the upside down, and there's the mind flayer, and Every Breath You Take is playing. I wish they had been singing that song. I don't know. It's just me. That's how I.
Okay, so Dr. K and because we'll be at the Wheeler house for the final D&D game after this. So I just want to stop down real quick. So I think what happened with Dr. K, I wish they showed this, of course, but this whole party knows that like Dr. K was doing all these experiments on all these pregnant women that just got yeeted into deep space when the Upside Down collapsed.
Hello.
They like Dr. K has been up to some shady shit, and like all the party like knows about it and could like really blow things up by exposing it all. I think that like everybody agreed to like just keep the true story like hush hush, like you guys don't explain what happened. We won't explain what happened. We won't, like, Nancy killed 3 guards. Like, she should have gone to jail for that for life. So I think like and Hopper's like certainly like killed a lot too. In 11, well, 11's not there, but like, you know what I mean? Like the party is not like totally innocent in their actions. No. You know what I mean? It's all for the greater cause. But I think that they all just agreed like, nobody's going to jail for this, but like, let's all just keep this hush hush.
They have a different version. I think she's the new high school female gym teacher because she looks just like my middle school gym teacher.
What if they showed her at graduation in like a gym teacher outfit?
Every kid who went to middle school from 1990 to 1994 had a gym teacher that looked like her. Okay, in that wig. And that's where she's at. I'm telling you, that was her punish. You got to stay here and be a gym teacher.
Okay, so back at the Wheeler house, Mike is leading a new D&D campaign that he just wrote. And the campaign ends with what seems like a loss because Will's character is within range of a power blocker that's blocking his like abilities. And right before accepting defeat, Mike reveals the mage character, and he uses a sunbeam to suddenly kill all the bad guys. They're awarded 1,000 pieces of gold, and they live out the rest of their lives in comfort and happiness. And Max questions this ending, saying it's a little basic. And Mike, this is like the big reveal, right? So Mike explains that happiness can be found in many places. He says the Zoomer and the Knight live happily ever after, and they show like Max and Lucas finally on their movie date from season 3, which is so cute. The Bard devotes his time to his studies and his friends. They show like Dustin killing it at university, and then meeting up with Steve in his like band outside, which is really cute. Will the Wise travels to a big city and finds deep happiness and acceptance, and they show him like with like a boyfriend in college, which is really cute. I love it. And he says the storyteller himself, Mike, keeps writing tales about his friends. But he explains there's one story that they can never tell. The story of the mage, at least not the real story. Yeah. Mike asks the party how Elle could have possibly used her powers in that moment if the sonic kryptonite radio things were all pointed at her. And he finally shares his theory. Callie had a sudden change of heart after Hopper had that speech to her in the sensory deprivation tank room, which we did see her lower the gun at that point, so that checks out. And after Callie was shot, she tells Elle that she will use the last of her strength and powers to hide Elle, create a fake Elle at the front of the gate, while the real Elle escapes unseen through the Radio Shack tunnel. They then show a close-up of Elle's hand, like at the gate, and it's like tweaking a little bit, just like how like Callie's like illusion of herself was like tweaking when it was getting weak. Also, Elle, like this illusion of her doesn't have the 11 tattoo on her forearm either. We then cut to Elle tracking through like a field on her own, discovering a place with 3 waterfalls. And he tells the party that she finally found peace and happiness. And Mike tells them he chooses to believe that this is what happened. And they all take turns agreeing that they also believe. A piano version. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, what did I say? A couple of shows ago, I said one of the things that could happen is Callie uses her powers and we get some kind of twist. Did I not?
Yep.
Say that.
You did.
Thank you.
You totally called this. Yeah.
I fucking called it.
I love like, especially Dustin, like the way he like leans into me. He's like, I believe. Like I loved that line delivery from Dustin in particular.
Gat Matazizo.
He really is like the heart of the show for sure.
He's so cute and adorable.
And then like at this point, like a piano version of Kids starts playing, which is like the soundtrack that and then Karen calls them up for dinner, just like in the first scene in season 1. And so they all take their Dungeons and Dragons binders one at a time, putting them away, and they all head upstairs. And as Mike heads up the stairs, Holly and her friends, including Derek, run down and take over that same D&D table. Mike watches from the top of the stairs, acknowledging his childhood is over, and it's time to pass the torch to the new generation of kids. Mike closes the door, and cut to black, and Heroes by David Bowie starts playing. And I loved this finale. The end credits is like a bunch of really awesome illustrations and text explaining the world of Stranger Things in a very like Dungeons and Dragons guidebook kind of way. And at the end of the credits, it zooms out and shows that Mike has written a Stranger Things Dungeons and Dragons.
Whoa, wait a minute. Book. I didn't see this. Wait a minute. There was a post-credit end scene and I didn't know about it.
It's not like an end scene, but like at the end of the credits, like it zooms out to the cover of the Stranger Things guidebook, written by Mike Wheeler, and a dice with a roll of 7, which is what Will needed to succeed.
So he ended up writing about it?
Yeah. So like the campaign in the final scene is the end of that campaign that he had written, which is the Stranger Things D&D guidebook. But he says like like they complete it, and like that's like Max is like, that's it, like that's the end of this like great adventure. And that's when he's like, I'll tell you the real ending, but like for the guidebook, like everybody lived out in peace and happiness or whatever. So yeah, so Mike like wrote the Dungeons and Dragons like guidebook for like this like Stranger Things campaign based on all the adventures that they went through. And what's cool is like those like illustrations and like text are like they give Vicky like the role of like medic. I think Robin has like an attack that's called like ego blow or something like that. Like if you like pause and read like the texts of like all those like shots in the end credits, it's so cool. I loved it, but I freaking loved this final scene. It was so emotional. It was like the perfect way to close it out. I know like a section of the internet doesn't believe that Elle is like truly alive, but I choose to believe that she is alive. I think all the evidence is there. And I just like happy endings better.
That reminds me of another 80s movie, Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
Which
that?
Is a huge inspiration for Stranger Things.
Once again, another Stephen King, so tied to it. We got to talk about Welcome to Derry. But anyway, the guy narrating the story, actor Richard Dreyfuss, is the writer. He's the character in the story. So, the Will Wheaton character.
Mm-hmm.
So, I always thought that was cool, and to do something like that in this. Like I could see there's so many 80s ties to the show. I could go on all day. There's so many similarities. But I get what they're doing. So it's
So that's that is the ending of Stranger Things, Allison. Like now that it's all said and done, like are you satisfied? Like are you happy with the ending, with the last season? Anything like major that you think that you would change?
I need to go.
I also want a rating of the seasons, like now that season 5 is complete.
I need to go back and watch the end credits after this because I didn't really pay attention, but I need to
watch it on like a big screen and like pause it, like because you can read the text and stuff.
Honey,
it's so cool.
The TV in my living room is
like you need one of these bad boys.
Oh, my TV's bigger, honey. One day you will be in my living room and you'll go, oh my God, that's the biggest TV I've ever seen in my life.
I love it.
I have a movie screen, flat screen in my, it's fucking huge. I didn't know they made TV, but it makes your TV that you've got look like a baby TV. That's how big my TV is. It's huge.
Well, do yourself a favor and watch it because it, like, I was geeking out like at just like the text and like the details and how like, you know, this world that Stranger Things has built. Like I wish that they would make it like a real D&D guide. I would totally buy the shit out of that because like they have created such a complete world. And to see Mike has been like a big standout to me this season in a very positive and good way. And like I love this ending for him. I love that he like writes and like puts their adventures into like a legacy that will extend like far beyond like their lives, right? I don't know. I think it was really cool. So I'm gonna rate the seasons now that it's all said and done. I'm gonna say season 4 is still my favorite, and then season 1, and then I'm gonna put season 5 third, and then 3, and then 2. That's so 4, 1, 5, 3, 2. I think is my rating for the season. I think the only thing major I would have changed this season, and I'm so surprised that I'm saying this because I'm such a big like Nancy fan, but I think it would have been really effective if Nancy and Jonathan did die in that goo office scene. Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would have raised the stakes in a really dramatic way.
Did Hopper go back in and grab the engagement ring and give it to Joyce? Because that looked like the same ring. Or is it just Murray, their jeweler?
I think the prop department was just lazy that day or something. But you're not wrong. Like, so many people have pointed that out.
I want to know, I'll give my ranking. I want to know what happened to Erica. I want to know what happened to Mr. Clark. I want to know what happened to Murray. I feel like there's some people that deserve a little bit more of an ending than they got. Even Dr. K, dude. Like, what the You just
Yeah.
left that hanging, dangling. It's like a turd that won't flush. Like, what is going on right now? Why? Why? But I really love. I'm gonna go with 3, 4. Okay, wait. 3, 4, 5. Shit. No. Because you know what? I'll be honest with you. I could watch season 1 over and over again.
Yeah. It's like
I'm just.
its
It
own separate
is.
series.
I
Yeah.
love it. And I think I love it so much because that is before Hopper knew what was going on. And he was like, the first scene with him and the boys in the station, they're going on and on about like he compared like he mistakenly calls D&D Lord of the Rings, and Dustin just goes off, like, you know what I mean, like he has, oh, that, and he's like, I don't care, Jesus Christ, like it goes all the way back. Like
Yeah.
okay, I'll just say it. 1 is my all-time favorite because if I can watch something over and over again, and it's just 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 5,
5,
2.
2. Okay. Yeah.
1, 3, 4, 5, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Alrighty. Here we are. That's it. Anything else to say about Stranger Things?
There's a documentary apparently coming out about the
yeah.
making of the
Yeah.
last season coming out this
Mhm.
weekend or something.
Yep.
I'm kind of
Very
excited to
about
see that. Like the officially last thing, tying it to the original season. But I would like to see this play. What's it called?
The First Shadow.
The First Shadow. I'm going to look that up on YouTube. It's got to be out there somewhere. The First Shadow. I want to see that. They are expanding. I mean, they're going to do another show, but I think it's going to be more animated from what I've
think
heard.
So. Yeah.
It's not
I don't know.
It's not going to be
Yeah,
multiverse.
I think it takes place between season 2 and season 3. I'll
No, we're gonna
probably
go down
watch
in a
it, but
rabbit
like,
hole.
yeah, I don't really care too much about the spin-offs. Like, to me, this is a very like complete good
It's not
story.
going to be I would like to, if I had a choice to see a spinoff, I would be invested in seeing something with Erica and Murray and Dr.
Like
Clay,
the Nerd Adventures.
the
Yeah.
Nerd Adventures. I mean, I would love to see something with that. I mean, we don't have to go back to the same well. There doesn't have to be a reoccurring, turn of the upside, whatever. It doesn't have to be anything like that. But I just want to say there is not going to be a Millie Bobby, Bonnie Bon Jovi Brown spinoff. That has been shot to death.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, that's not happening. I believe she made it. I believe she lived, and she's freaking TLCing it, chasing waterfalls everywhere. Good for her. She gonna learn real quick. You don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the creeks as you used to. Trust me.
Rivers and lakes that you're used
Rivers
to.
and lakes, But anyway, I just feel like she could join the X-Men at this point or be an Avenger, and she'd be fine, and nobody would bat an eyelash. Go to the Dr. Xavier, Charles Xavier School for the Gifted in New York, and join the X-Men. Just act like you're a mutant. Nobody's going to drain your blood to try to do anything. Just that's my advice to 11 Jane Hopper.
There you go.
Yep.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I think that does it. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this big undertaking that you and I have done we have rewatched the entire series. We have now recapped the entire series.
How many times have you rewatched the first 4 seasons of Stranger Things?
At least 6 times.
Okay, I have rewatched 4 times, but I cannot tell you how many times I've watched season 1, because if I'm super bored and I'm working on or painting or doing something, I have it on in the background.
It just builds so beautifully, and like everybody has such a good pivotal role in the story. Like Joyce and Hopper and Jonathan, those 3 specifically have so much to do that season, and they act it, they perform it so freaking well. and like there really is like fear and magic like in the mystery. Like of course like it's cool that we know like the entire world and story now and stuff like that, but just how much was unknown. And Winona Ryder's performance that season was so freaking incredible.
I have to say, if I had to pick, before we go, one scene out of all 5 seasons that I love and could watch a million times. Well, there's 2. Of course, we all know the Will kicking ass in the mid-season finale of season 5 when he takes over Vec, you know, and you know, that is the all-time. I could watch that 50 to 100 times and it never gets old. It gives me chills every time. That and the other one that I could watch is season 3 when Hopper tells Mike his grandma's dead and they get in the car.
Not Nana.
Scared the shit out of Mike Wheeler, and he is like, "Oh, you see crazy." Like I cannot tell you how many times, if you have a child and they are you've been through the teen years, you've had a conversation similar to this. You know, one more, disrespect me one more time. You've been there, and that is my favorite. I love that because I love David Arbor. You know, I just I don't know. But that's it, guys. Again, thank you for toughing it out with us. I'm sad it's over, but Tyler and I will find another show to cover. We will find it. And if you're new to us, we're going to be covering Survivor 50 this season weekly. And
possibly the traders. Still haven't figured out like what exactly we're doing with that. But we'll see.
And we may, you know, we always do Big Brother in the summer. But other than that, I'm thinking, you know, my weekly meltdown's going to be 11 this year. And I'm really enjoying doing rewatches of shows and doing it at our own pace. And, you know, it's a little bit more fun sometimes, but we do love the live coverage. We will get back to that too. But things are probably going to change a little bit and look a little different.
Yeah.
Give us your feedback if you want. We enjoy it. But that's it, guys. If we don't see you between now and then, we'll see you for Survivor 50. And don't take that shit, Jim.
Don't take that shit, Jim.
Don't take that shit.
All right, guys. Everybody have a good rest of your day. Also, like, if leave a comment like saying what show you think Allison and I should recap.
Yeah, if there's a rewatch, we're here for it. Tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open for suggestions.
Open.
All right. Open. Yes. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of your night. Take care. Bye-bye.